I've been debating whether or not to show you guys my new car, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and show you my new car. What do you guys think? LOL. Gotcha. I didn't get a Prius. That's my wife's Prius. We've had one of those for years, so we have to counter it with something else. Now, you might not know I had this exact same truck before, but 2004, that is the 6.0 diesel, for anyone wondering. And it was a good truck, but it had like 200,000 miles on it, and it was incredibly unprofessional looking, so I needed something a little bit more professional, and this is what I got. So it was a good deal, and it's already lifted. I'm pretty sure it's the 7-inch lift, and it definitely has the wrong size tires. It needs 37s, not 35s, but I love it. It's something I can take to Arkansas frequently and be comfortable, you know, and something I can pick up clients in and be a little more professional. So, I mean, it's got all the cool features. Check this out. Fancy, huh? And it's quiet. So my other one was loud. It sounded like a school bus. Couldn't hear yourself think over it. I mean, it's a good truck. I loved it, but it was having transmission issues, and you know what? I ain't about that lifestyle. Whew. So this is the Lariat 2014 F250 with the 6.7. Ooh. Find that a bitch cool. Leather, all the nice things. I always have low tire pressure because it is not the stock rims and doesn't have the TPMS sensor in it, but fuck it. And this is actually something I'm impressed that I can actually afford something like this. It's kind of been, I've always had like old ass used cars that were 4 or 5 years old at the newest that had issues and a lot of miles. So this is a very nice thing for me to finally have something of this. So I'm surprised I can afford it. But you know, at the same time, I get out of this nice Lariat F250 and I have stains and shit all over my pants. I look like a damn scrub. But that's how I roll. I took the helmet off because it's really hard to see out of this truck in general. With a helmet on, it's even worse. I don't feel like accidentally running over a neighbor's child or something like that. That would suck. That would be really bad for me. I'm really happy with like small things. Like when I turn on the truck, I just have to turn it on. I don't have to warm up the glow plugs or anything. So that's cool. It's got a touchscreen radio, which is cool. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to any of these things, like temperature control or heated and cooled seats. God, this is all new territory for me. But I don't know if anybody actually pays attention to truck prices. I mean, I don't know if it's Texas specific, but I'm pretty sure it's everywhere. But these full-size diesel trucks are freaking expensive, and that's what I had before, and that's why I had it for a while. It was hard to get rid of something that worked, but I also had to pay a lot of money to replace it. Like, I was looking at a Ram 2500, brand new, base model, base model. It had Oreos for wheels. The thing was horrible, no tint, nothing, and it was 44 grand. And my current truck that I had more bells and whistles in that thing, and I was kind of, yeah, not happy with that. This one came up for sale, used. It was a really good deal, not even close to retail value. I got it for under trade-in value. So that's pretty much the only reason why I pulled the trigger on it, was the cost. And the person who had it before me didn't treat it the nicest, so to speak. I mean, it's not bad. It's only a year or two old. It's really not bad, but they threw tools in it and stuff. It was a work truck. They off-roaded it, so there's kind of like scratches here and there. You know, something little more than normal use. But mechanically and everything, it's fine, and it's still under warranty, so can't go wrong there. So in March, which is next month, I will be going to Dallas in the new Boss Hog with a handful of people. I'm not sure who exactly is coming, but a handful of us are going up there for a spring break meetup. So I'll post the Facebook page down below for you guys to check it out. But if you'll be around or you want to travel up there, I'll be there. And I'll be traveling in style now. So one of these reveals, I guess, wouldn't really be the same unless I told you a story, another FryRiding story time. And I don't think I've told you about the time I shattered my tailbone. I don't think I've told that one. It's it's a good story. It's kind of funny. So I went to Bend, Oregon to visit my brother one year, and it was in January, and it was a abnormally warm January. It was only 40s, 35. It was for up there, not bad. That was warm for January. So a lot of the snow had melted. There wasn't a whole lot of that, and what was there was basically ice. So my brother got sick, and I was hanging out with my sister-in-law and my nieces, and we decided to do something fun. So we went to a sledding hill. I'd never been sledding. Remember, I grew up in San Diego. I live in Texas. Snow, cold, I don't know what that shit is. Like, that's just not me. I don't know it. So we went to this sledding area, and there were signs that said, don't sled here, lots of ice, something to that effect. Basically, don't sled here, you're an idiot if you do. There are people sledding, so I'm like, how bad can it be? So we're playing around, we're sledding a little bit, and I take my niece's plastic disc. It looked like a trash can lid, but it was definitely made to be a sled. And I went up to the top of this hill. I'm like, watch Uncle Fry. I'll show you how this works. All the way to the top of this hill, which is not snow. This is like thick, solid ice. And I get on the sled, and I plow down this hill. I mean, I break the sound barrier. I'm doing Mach fucking 3 on a plastic trash can lid down this hill, ass first. So I get all the way down, and there's no stopping. I'm like panic mode at this point. Like, why did I do this? This was a horrible decision. And luckily for me, a tree stump slowed my descent. And by slowing my descent, it brought me to a screeching fucking halt fast. So I'm tailbone first into this stump. It was like made perfectly for my ass to hit this thing. There was no other purpose for it to be sticking out of the ice. And immediately, knees straighten, I can't move. Oh God. It hurt like hell. My niece is laughing. She's about to pee herself. She's laughing so hard. It was the funniest thing she'd ever seen. Oh, I went back to the doctor. I found out I had fractured my tailbone, but I had to fly home from that one. Sitting down after you do something like that doesn't happen. It just doesn't. It's the worst pain. And ever since then, watching anybody fall on their tailbone isn't funny to me anymore. Now I just cringe. But I had to fly home, and it was about 12-hour travel time because I had 3 layovers of a cheap ass and can't get direct flights. And they felt so bad for me on the long 2-hour flight. I was sitting kind of sideways, kind of like this, but you know, still in a lot of pain, that they moved me up to first class so I could spread my legs out and lean back real far. Still, worst experience of my life. So take this as a lesson. Do not, under any circumstances, go sledding down a hill of ice, especially if there are signs that say don't go sledding here. Lesson learned.